So the hardest position to escape on side control is always going to be what we call control 2, right? This is way harder to escape than this. Look how much space he has to work with, right? This. Control 1. At least it's easier to get going. He can at least start a scramble with this one. As we learned last night, he'll probably get guillotined if he does the wrong thing, right? But these are more scrambly positions to escape. Then this is just like a smash. I just want to rest and smash your head in type Rob Kahn position. So it's a lot harder to get out of. Although it's not as dangerous. Why? Because my hands are connected and squeezing him, which means they're not going to go for submissions. So it's a pure control position. The only thing I can do is start to advance position. So really that's what you have to watch out for. And of course, if you're a student of Rob Kahn, you could definitely get choked out by the shoulder pressure as well. We've seen that before. So, switch move now. So what I want to do, if it's a guy who's really good at this, and his base is so good that I can't get that belt roll, but again, I'm going to try this always first. Number one should always be that. Because why? Because it works. But again, you'll have a guy who's strong as heck and he just squeezes you. And that bridge doesn't even do anything. Okay? So this is what I do to guys like that. Number one, I relax. Okay? As long as his shoulder's not blasting me and I'm choking from it, I'm gonna be okay. Okay? So the first thing I'm gonna do is use, turn me this way, is use the belt arm, quickly reach in the shoulder, open it up, and put my chin facing into him. So if he tries to put shoulder pressure on me now, it's gonna hurt him a lot. My pointy chin, I have a pointy chin as it is gonna go right into this bicep shoulder area. And as he tries to get under me, I'll never let him get under this. So he's gonna try to go under, he's gonna wanna do this and push me back that way. I'll never let that happen. As he tries, he's gonna eat that. Okay, now that I'm not here flattened, smush me. Now that I'm not here flattened out where I can barely do anything, I can get to work, right? So boom, that's number one. I don't wanna be crushed that way. That's the number one thing. If you're crushed that way, you gotta just play it out. You gotta just play it out, which could take a lot out of you. And it can mess your face up, your jaw. Go home with red marks all over. Your wife will wonder what's going on. You gotta explain. Billy Q put his shoulder into my face. She won't believe you. All right, so we open it, put the chin in, boom. Everybody get it so far? Step one. Now, this is what I do to guys that I can't get the bridge, can't get the knee in, can't get the belt roll. Usually like they're big, tough guys, strong, but their neck's usually pretty soft. And even if it's not soft, this hurts. I'm just gonna dig my wrist into his throat. I'm gonna grab his gi or his shoulder if it's no gi. I'm gonna make sure the blade, just like the what time is a grip, but right into his face. Everything else on me is relaxed. I'm gonna be wary of the mount. Obviously my knee's gonna be up. So if he tries to mount, I could block it. But I'm just gonna make, while our time is here together, I'm gonna make it miserable for him as much as I can without getting my face crushed. So it's one, and then you guys can't see or like too much of this or feel it, but like this sucks. The more pressure he tries to put down, the more he's gonna feel it. So this is gonna do one of two things. One, he's gonna switch a position, you know, maybe even try to go to control one or whatever. And if he does that, I have a way better chance of escaping now. Or what I'm expecting him to do is immediate release without losing much control, is just to sit the control free. Okay, so katami, judo position, whatever you wanna call it. Now what did that do? That took his arm usually off my head. Now there's no chance of shoulder pressure. Look at all this space. Now there's way better chance to escape. And what did it do for him? It relieved his neck, okay? I can't put as much pressure on his neck now. I'm still gonna put the pressure on so he can't come tight to me again. All right, but now this time my hand goes inside. I have a frame on the throat and a frame on the bicep. And that's what I want, because now he's never gonna get control 2 back again. So for him to get back to that same position, go ahead. He'd have to break through my base here. Yeah, he'd have to swim inside, which isn't gonna happen anymore. So again, I want to just force him to go in a position that's easier for me to escape. This is really hard to escape on a strong guy. He's just going to squeeze you and hug you, and then he can hold you here all day. But let me just start working on his throat a little bit. So the tighter he tries to stay down, the worse this is going to be for him. So go ahead, stay down tight. He knew he shouldn't have been my demonstrating partner today. And I'll stay here all day, and I'm sure he could take it for a little bit. But why take it when he can just switch positions? Boom, yeah. And then immediately look where my right hand went. This one stayed here. This one went inside the bicep. Elbows down and tight. This is where I want to be for escaping. So all I'm going to do now to escape, I'm going to shimmy myself out as far as humanly possible while pushing him down my hips as far as humanly possible. Okay? From here, if he tried to go back to control 2, it's not going to happen. He's too far away. I'll get out. Okay? All I'm going to do now is drop my elbow to the floor, turn my hips. A little bump, and I'm going to make him sit on my lap. So it's a bump, and while he's in the air, my knee comes under. And now one of two things are going to happen. He's going to roll over, because I'm going to roll him over, or if he stops that, I'm going to get back to guard. So just roll over, boom. There's the rollover. If he stops it, slow motion, let me bump. If he's able to like get back to his knees, back to guard. But the key to making that work is your elbow has to hit the floor. You have to turn your hips into his butt, and your knee should be touching his butt. And once you bump him in the air, your knee just comes in. He should be sitting on your inner thigh. As deep as humanly possible. That's as high as I can get my knee. It's not like power now pushing him over, although I am going to push him. It's more me shrimping from one side to the other and pushing his shoulder over. Oh. Now I do it to him. Yeah, I don't like this feeling. I don't like this feeling. The more I push down, the more I choke. Ah, instant relief. Now he doesn't let me get this arm back around his head. Boom. And now I'm sitting on his lap. I have two options. Go for the ride. Back. Or once I'm sitting on his lap, turn back into him. And he's back to go. Okay? So all we're doing is using this blade under the throat, making him uncomfortable, forcing him to go from putting all this pressure on you to, it's better. Oh no. Yeah, you go. That's me stopping the sweep, and look where he is. Back where he needs to be. Are there any questions? Yep.
When you get that knee injured, is there any possibility you can go take the back straight from there by just getting your other hook in?
When I get him under here, his butt's on, is there any chance that he can take my back?
No, that you can take his back.
If I can get under this armpit.
Okay.
Which I don't think he'll let me do, because that's his position here. This is what's keeping his control. So while I'm here, as long as he has this, I can't. But if he tries to like take it out for any reason, then yeah, I could try to come up and figure it out. But he wouldn't do that normally. So again, last time, boom. Number one, pull the shoulder off, chin in. Block them out. Now make him eat the wrist. Eat it. Eat it. Boom, he switches. Hand goes immediately inside. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Turn. When I'm ready, he's going to be trying to get closer to you. But two hands versus his shoulder is not going to let it happen. Boom. See how smooth? Bump. While he's in the air, you got to master this. You got to do that 50 times if you have to. Bump, push. Pushing him on. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3.